It's time to see Mr. Ryota. This time he opens the door as soon as I knock. I must have caught him at a good time. Welcome, Ishimoto. We've been expecting you. He cackles maniacally as he taps his fingertips together. You should have turned in your chair while stroking a cat. Bah, everyone's a critic. Would you rather have been sitting there outside in the cold? Outside, I'd be in a hallway. You seem awfully eager to prove your mentor wrong, boy. Well, whenever I prove it or not, it's still wrong, right? Ah, yes, but that would never fly in a court of law, you see. Imagine it, I declare the defendant guilty because of metaphysical standpoint, it is true, even though we have no epistemological link of knowing so. I just lost you. I get that a lot. Go ahead and take a seat, we have more important things to discuss. No? Hesitantly, I slide into the nearest couch. I've always seen Mr. Rhodes as intelligent, even if laid back, but I never actually, not understood it. I wonder how much brain mass is hiding behind that cheery facade. So, the nutrient for student, Misaki Kezahaya. I hope you don't mind. I did a little look up on her. You can't do that? Well, there's no explicit rule saying I can't use the confidential databases. I'm pretty sure that there is. Nope, I may be faculty, but I'm not a teacher. It's only stated that teachers have to request special permission. I checked the loopholes. Something feels wrong about this. What did you find out? Well, if I tell you that's a solid breach in confidentiality. I don't want to go to jail yet. The food's too good here. Sarita, I really worry about you sometimes. And this isn't me talking. So instead, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the matter, Yama. How did you two meet? And did you mention that she left? Yeah. I close my eyes, letting the ever-constant hum of the air conditioner calm my nerves. Then I start talking. It's pretty subconscious. My mouth dutifully repeats the train of thoughts running through my mind. Everything is calm, clear, slow. Therapy is something that I've gotten used to over the years, so I easily turn my brain to the topic of interest. Misaki Kezahaya. I met her when I was young. Not too young, a baby still forming thought patterns and ideas about the world, but young enough to be hardly impressionable. It had been on a day when I thought nothing could make me smile. Not the vibrant lanterns strewn between the roofs of multicolored booths, not the festival rhythm of the Tokyo drummers urging on the parade of the light-bearing dancers, not the stands in which a variety of nutritionally questionable foods were being served. Not even Riri, who tricked me out of the house despite my best efforts to stay miserable. I was only an hour into the festival, but I was ready to go. When Riri went to the bathroom, I seriously considered ditching her and going back to my room. Apparently, I was scaling deeply at that. I didn't know it until a passing girl suddenly stopped in front of me. Does your face always look like that? To say the least, that didn't help my foul mood. I glared up at her. She was pretty. Well, that was the first thought in my head. I didn't seek to spark appreciation whenever a guy sees a pretty girl, no matter how much he wants to feel otherwise. Her hair was braided back to an elegant half-updo, light ebony curls framing her porcelain face. Big eyes, long lashes, pointed chin, the kind of traditional beauty you might see in a kimono commercial. Of course, the first spark of interest was immediately overridden by indignance of that only an 8-year-old boy could feel. What are you looking at? Don't look so grumpy. You should be celebrating. She didn't know anything, of course, not until a few months later. Festivals are stupid. They are not. Why? There isn't even a reason to celebrate. The girl's face twisted into something resembling anger. It looked strange on her face, like a guinea pig attempting to seem menacing. You don't even know what the festival is about, do you? Well, of course I didn't, but I wasn't about to admit that. Of course I do. Okay, oh yeah, what's it about? Well, you make lanterns? Uh-huh, and? Visit my hands at her condescending tone. You write wishes on them and stuff? Wrong. Am not. Yeah, you are. You don't write wishes. You write what you want to tell dead people. Ridiculous, I should say. Why wouldn't I even want to talk to dead people? But I didn't mock it. I couldn't mock it. Dead people? Yep, I can write a message to Auntie in this lantern, and she'd see it. How do you know that? Haven't you heard the story? No, I hadn't. My 8-year-old pride prevented me from saying that, of course. Thankfully, the girl took my silence as confusion. Well, once upon a time, there was a princess. Was she pretty? Yeah. Good at singing? Yeah. Boring. It is not boring. The indignant anger on her face made me snicker the first time I smiled all day. Yeah? Well, what happens? Is she in trouble and trying Prince has to save her? Just listen, look. She's actually a big need. I mean, princess. This wasn't a fairy tale staple. Oh? Yeah, but her bodyguard was in love with her and turned her good again. But disappointed. The story had a promising start. Bleh. What did he do? Cast a spell? Give you true love's kiss? He died. Oh? Don't look so happy. That time I broke into her tiny lab, but it made her good again, right? Well, yeah, she didn't trust anyone before that they were all fake and stuff. Saying that she was glaring at me, and at that point, the story, before I could open my mouth, she was already continuing. Anyways, the bodyguard sacrificed himself to save her life, so the heavens were super duper impressed and put him in the stars. Aren't stars really, really hot? Hot? That sounds like a bad thing. Stardust indignation fluttered across her face. They made him into a constellation. You poop. Bleh. Bleh times infinity. Bleh times infinity plus. Anyway, the princess realized how beautiful love really is. Because he died, she saw how much he loved her. So she decided to be a better person and trust people again. This had nothing to do with writing messages that said dead on lanterns. I was rapidly losing interest. Let me guess, she lived happily ever after. Oh no, the bodyguard died, remember? I like this bodyguard. She glared at me, but somehow it felt less severe than before. She wrote her problems in the lantern and sent it up the sky so he could see, because he was a constellation, remember? And I realized I could have seen a lot of things. It's stupid, he's dead, what could he do about it? That wasn't on my mind at the time. Everyone turns into a bunch of stars when they die? I think? You think or you know. If they did, something to super duper impress the heavens, I guess. I smiled at that. My eyes scoured the street and landed on a simple booth. A handful of other kids were gathered around short portable tables, scrolling on lanterns with calligraphy pens, clamped and fisted hands. Let's go. But I already made a lantern. But to another dead person then. With this uproaring display of flush of correctness, I raced towards the table, snatched a lantern from a smiling adult and plopped down with a pen at the ready. Who are you writing to? None of your beeswax. Rain scrolling characters on by lantern. The girl hovered over my shoulder, squinting judiciously at my jagged brushstrokes. Why is your handwriting so messy? It's not messy. I can't even read it. I whipped around, narrowing my eyes accusingly at our own lantern. While yours, I searched for flaw, but not only was her lantern graced with perfect calligraphy, it was also proudly bore a few elegant cherries blossoms. While yours looks girly. She raised a single eyebrow, its remarkably sophisticated expression for a 9-year-old to make. I am a girl. There was nothing much to say to that. Yama, where have you been? It was it for you. I'm realized that thin air. I already noticed the rapid patter of her footsteps. Sorry, Ryu. Jeez, could have told me. You were in the bathroom. Lady is displeased. Ryu turned her back to me, was fine with the other girl. Thanks for taking care of him. Surprising the girl smiled back, easy as you please. Weren't they getting along just fine? Why did they have to give me such a hard time? Maybe it was a girl thing. I'm Ryu. I'm Saki. You gonna make a lantern? Yep. How'd you make those flowers? They're really pretty. I can show you. And just like that, the two of them were friends. Took a little longer to me to warm me up, but whenever the two of them set their minds to, they accomplished. They always had been that easy, so fiery, so capable, so lovely. The two playful angels who, for some unfathomed the bowl to mankind, saw fit to hang around with a bucket of bread and sing sludge like me. Why do you think that about yourself? Mr. Raymond's voice seems to come far in the distance, faint but recognizable. I respond distractedly. You know me, I'm not useful, or popular, or particularly intelligent. Silence follows the statement, so I continue. Our families were close. Misaki's father would always throw these get-togethers at their house over the weekends or during special occasions. I remember him being overwhelming at first. He was a lot like Misaki, only bigger and louder. I rarely saw Misaki's mother. The times I did see her, she was pretty distant. Besides that, I really don't remember much about her. At first we were inseparable, Misaki and us, but then her father lost his job, and we started seeing less of her. Eventually they just left. No warning whatsoever. When our parents tried to get in contact, no luck. Even the Kaizahaya had disappeared off the face of the planet. That must have been a really hard blow. Ryu says that it had been. Honestly, I don't remember much of what followed. It all passed in a daze. Essentially, I felt abandoned. I had this idea that everyone close to me would leave. I don't think I could even cry if I only felt empty inside. But Ryu says that it really was a terrible time. She said that I didn't eat, didn't sleep, didn't even play any games with her. She said that I lived like a ghost, heck, practically became one. And I don't remember it, but she says that one day... Yama, what's wrong? Nope, sorry, that's it. Stop story or... Are you sure? You do realize the entire point of therapy is to share your stop stories. It's not a burden, Yama. I'm glad to hear you out. I feel tired. I think I'll have to stop here. It's an excuse and a very effective one for a therapist. Mr. Renner immediately nods in understanding. Thanks for confiding in me. Just know that what you felt was completely valid. I'm sorry you had that trauma. It's fine, I got over it. I'd like to go now, if that's okay. If you're sure. Is there anything I could do for you? I'm okay. Sure you don't want a lollipop? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but thanks. Have a good day, Yama. But at least take this prescription. Prescription? Seriously? Then I actually look at it. 1 bucket of ice cream to be eaten guilt-free. Oh. It's by the administration notes this is a totally legit mid-treatment. Ice cream is one of the core groups in the food pyramid, you know? He actually pulls a ginger and laughed at me. Thanks, Mr. Ryota, and thanks for listening. Anytime. I exit Mr. Morona's office in a considerably better mood than when I answered it. I actually don't feel tired, I feel rejuvenated. Seems like those memories have been weighing on me for a long time. Maybe therapy will be beneficial. Deciding to take his prescription jar, I head straight down into the downtown shopping area. With my mind cleared, I get to pay a little more attention to the weather. Beautiful, countless skies. The slight hints of a cool breeze. You. Dog cranes around the corner and nearly crashes right into me. Her glasses flash dangerously as she tips her newsboy cap over her forehead, studying me with intensity that could rival an electronic microscope. Me? It's like I managed to say the eccentric site. Yes, you, and Ionic, unlettered civilian. Perfect. I had a satisfied smile twixt her lips. But from what must be the 100th time today, I feel a keen sense of impending doom. Respond to my questions with either yes or no. Do not divulgate, do not invent. For the sake of both of our sanities, do not dawdle. First, am I correct in assuming you are an academy student? You must be the wrong person. I've never seen you before. Can you just the purpose behind this country without knowing the criteria I have set in my approach? I am not mistaken. You are my target. It doesn't take a genius to sense this girl means trouble. I just conveniently know her and surrender. She only sits with me, blocking my path again. Oh great, I can sense where this is going. As I am advising and subject demonstrates a remote ability to utilize basic cognitive functions. Take what I have for her. Abusive words, overly complicated language. She clearly has a few loose screws. Maybe I should call the hospital and see if they have a runaway mental patient, but she's not wearing any hospital clothes. Look, kid, I don't know what your problem is, but kid. The pleasantly cool ear suddenly developed a rather harsh chill. She must be one of those faces, just another 14-year-old expected to be treated with the dignity of a grandmother. I've been a 14-year-olds who apparently memorized the dictionary, but whatever you are, generally speaking, it's rude to run up to a random stranger and insult them. Truly, your idiocy is raised into a level beyond I had previously summarized. She immediately digs into her pocket and flashes something in front of my eyes. Straighten out immortal, freelance detective. Like these certified inspects crime scenes, obtain private files, and if necessary, interrogate unduly inquisitive citizens of the observatory findings of a blind bat. You should note that I'm 26 years of age. Wait. What? You're 26? Unless you pretend to imply you're adept with wisdom, I suggest, but you're so short. I personally feel ice crystals forming in the air. Well, I should strongly prefer to be short of stature than shorter of child matter. That seems to be your tendency. Ouch, not a bad blow. Oh wait, if you're a freelance detective, does this mean that this is interrogation and I'm a suspect? If I had to get to the police station, do I get excused absence from class? I see no need to reserve your expectation that you'll be taking the unexcused absences as they are. Considering inevitable similar to your cynical depression. That's sussy. What? Is she possibly? What would even make you think something like that? We might as well carry a sign. From your uniform, you are a student at the academy. From the fact you're wearing it, you attended school this morning. And your presence is harder than in class, you believe as they call it playing hooky. In this prescription class, you are enrolled in the recent developed therapy method the academy had been boasting. You're friendly to moves. Physicality and social skills, your problem is mostly critical depression, wrestling the kind of functioning autism. Okay, I get it, Kurt, checked it. You're impressed, but pretending not to be. And it's pretty impressive. The observation skills themselves might seem like common sense, but a person who can actually synthesize them is a rare find, which of course kind of just makes her even more annoying. I realized a little oddly relieved that she actually secretly researched me. Now it is your turn. My turn? Of course. What can you see from my physical presentation? I invite you to give your brain some much needed exercise. Like, it's close to firing me up close. Sorry, but I have a therapist instruction to follow. Unless you have any extra business with me, I appreciate it if you left me alone. I step around her again. This time she doesn't move, but just as I think I'm Humphrey, I hear a whisper drifting from behind me. Do you not wish to play a bigger role in society than accomplish inconsequential partner in this man's life, or will you restrict yourself to the convenience of your own abilities just because of her? I quietly stop. Turn around, slowly. Tell me how you know that, right now. I shall, after you prove yourself mentally capable of comprehending the simplest of my explanations. Fine, she wants to play it that way. Let her play it that way. Time to focus. I'll start with... Unlike the senior professional where I might say from the law enforcement agent, she's just comfortably probably because that she's a freelance detective. Yes, I haven't been ironed for a while, which either means she doesn't care or she's workaholic, possibly a combination of both. Her shirt proclaims king, conscious or unconscious, associated to her egotism. I can't tell much, but I find it strange that she dressed so casually and expect couldn't take her seriously with her height. In her class, is anyone she's ever mistaken for a kid? And one more thing about this man, she's wearing comfortable looking clothes, which I finally seem to wear for officially. After all, choosing criminals' high heels is kinda stupid. And yet something stands out. Right. That's our pain to run with, because unless you keep one hand on them at all times, they're likely to flip around, fall off, or just generally be obnoxious. It's either too tight to allow for flexibility, running in those would either be very comfortable or very, very embarrassing. I suppose that she just dresses how she wants to. Definitely a very headstrong individual. If she's judging with close for comfort, knowing that it can interfere with her job, then is she perfectly choosing to abrogate others, to announce her individualism? It match her with her choosing to be a freelance detective instead of a corporate investigator. Free-spirited, rebellious, and unexpected from how she's shamelessly putting in music for no reason, created more by her heart than her head, despite being intellect. Not bad. Next thing I should think about. She spreads her weight evenly on both feet, unlike most girls, who let it lie more on one side of their hip than the other. Even weight on both feet almost sounds like a... She seems relaxed with a bright-eyed look at someone who's in danger around every corner. That kind of weight and distribution doesn't seem to come naturally. Maybe she was in sports, or maybe in self-defense or a wall from the looks of it. I like to get martial arts, but I can't say for sure. There are too many possibilities. Okay, then maybe I should think about this in a different way. Her movements are very crisp and close to the body. When she's speaking, she doesn't gesture very much, even when yelling. Generally speaking, it's worth emphasizing the emotion being out of huge gear, roaring in victory, falling in defeat, that works. And other than that, but limbs are trained for more charismatic skills than finalist skills. Country Sugar has a very tight control of her hands, almost to the point where she can sit. Slightly points sling and high control like ballet, archery, or more similar mushroom skills like Wing Chun. While the students near things down too much, tend to move on. I notice when Sugar moves, she permanently to use her. The left hand is generally seconded while her right hand takes most of the action, adjusting her glasses or tapping against her hip. Probably safe to assume that she's right-handed. So when she's to be involved in high control form of exercise and she's right-handed, does it not know how to give her body language? Or she's just wearing a noticeable naked makeup. She would dress like a kid, and she wears glasses and contacts, just calling for attention to her pathetic stature. Wait a minute, when I put it that way, it almost sounds like she, even though she pretends to be indignant about a mistake for being a kid, it looks like that's her attack. Now that she's a friendly detective, she doesn't wear her badge anywhere or carry a gun or anything, really. She probably believes that being underestimated is a valuable skill. I'd say I personally agree, but hey, she's the 26-year-old freelance detective, not me. Why here, why now, why me? Those are all questions I need to address. Detectives approached me and bombarded me with questions, but I see no other policeman. She's doing this just because she's bored, and she was specifically looking for a new student for some reason. During the upturn in this area, I have to think about this later. I take a step back to look at the full picture. No, this isn't it. Not quite. It's good information, but it's basic. Nothing stands out. I can't actually use any of this. I need to think a little deeper. Is there anything that can help me? Anything at all? Something I missed? In a month of speaking, yes? If you cannot resolve such an appalling simple task by your own means, I should consider you inflicting different than the number has shaken. Good day. Now, you may want to hasten your efforts before the ground upon us, which chance becomes your gravestones. Yeah, I'm on it. I say this distractingly for me because I noticed she has a flip phone. Ancient technology but two centers, buttons to a screen from a camera that works. But now not just a cheerful looking flip phone, the kinds of detector that you see in the best phones. Rhinestones, heart stickers, even the random scroll from a Sharpie that was too faded into the middle for me to read. It's completely unlike her, which means that it is a wealth of information. While on call, she gracefully turned her phone to my church, allowing me to kind of glimpse of her wallpaper. Sure, it was a picture, at least a few years old, of a guy hugging her. It was like she was proudly showing off a ring. A cheap cutesy colored ring, like a couple of bands of relationships in the second ring, a legitimate diamond ring, an engagement ring, but she's not wearing the ring anymore. Even looking at her hands at this moment, I can't even tell if she's ever worn one. It means that she went to her fiancé, and he broke with her, and he did it. Of course. Here's when ring. Engagement had recently ended. I see a tan around her finger, or maybe an indent. Said there's nothing. And the fiancé called off the engagement a while ago. She obviously didn't call it off. Not if she's keeping the picture on her phone, or in fact maybe they've broken up aimlessly and she doesn't believe that either that, or she's a stalker. Alright, that's more like it. I think I'm ready. Square my shoulders and look her in the eye. Sorry about the wedding. Hello? What wedding? Is she serious? Can I possibly word this delicately? Yours, the one that your fiancé called off a few years ago. Did he? Didn't he? Unless she does have a wedding ring and she doesn't wear it? Is it in your pocket or something? You might seek to articulate yourself better. What is what in my pocket? Your wedding ring. Why would I have a wedding ring in my pocket? If your fiancé didn't call off the wedding, then... Wait. No, there's one more possibility, and since she's in law enforcement, it wouldn't be unlikely. Really shut up as the realization dawns on me. I see you have realized. Yes, he never called off the wedding, because he died. I suddenly feel very, very callous. I'm sorry. Silence, say nothing that you do not mean. As you're manipulating illustrated information, as that is in a copulation null hazard. Right. Even as she continues, I mentally hit myself for my error. I shall admit to feeling that you have done it adequately. Train your senses consistently and you might become utterly useful in the future. Thanks, really, I'm overwhelmed. But I ask you this, what is the meaning of one of freelance detective, practice student, and exchanging unrelated questions of him? You're testing my intelligence for some reason. Or you're actually marketing and trying to conducted some business survey, I wouldn't know. She fixes me with an unfeeling stare. The only sign of emotion on her face is her eyebrows, with which she almost raised her hairline. What is your name? Sir? Your name. This has nothing to do with the case, but if I protest, you'll probably smack me with more verb abuse. Yama Ishimoto. Was she thinking of her duration is preferable to her silence? Postulate that you possess a 9D of free time. What's your assignment regarding a conjugated meteor? So, meteor? Who even uses this kind of words? Are you asking me to be your assistant? Servant, not assistant. Putting me and job in the same sentence is never a good idea. I barely have enough intelligence to enough stuff, that's what I'm told by the teacher. How much worse would my punishment be if I worked with a girl? Oh, but it's crazy, not detention, I assume. And yet, it's the only piece of puzzle, putting them together, framing the whole story. It was fun. Logic, ingenuity, resourcefulness. Almost nothing is fun to me, which makes it doubly interesting. Sure, why not? Good, I will repair your contact information, then be off. Take a moment to process this. That's it? Wait. Did you know? Know what? Tell me earlier about her. Just my takes as sugar stares evenly at me. Her conjecture. You can't be serious. You do not appear to notice my wording was intentionally vague. What did you say? Do you not wish to play a bigger role in a city than push upon the scheme of life? Or will you restrict yourself to the confidence of your own ability just because of her? Oh, classic bait for confirmed bias can appeal to a person's generous desire for significance, allowed to just one person for some added resonance. All she had to do is just gender 50% chance triggering a chord in her victim. Well, I guess like her from my personality, I'm not exactly to easily befriend guys. A bait. Just a bait. I see you understand. She pushes the phone into my motionless hand. I've registered my cellular number. Tomorrow you will see a text regarding your next summon. Keep your evenings free. With that, she simply turns her head, whirls around, and strides off. Hey, bait? Was it really just a bait? Or is that also a bait of the lie to make me feel better, even though she actually knows? So many mind games. Clearly, I'm not cut out for this. And that's probably going to be the end of this episode. We went through two very major events, and I think that it would be a good stopping point.